He has ring rust, he has ring rust, he has ring rust, and he has ring rust. A term that you hear a lot during UFC commentary, leading up to a fight, whatever, that someone has ring rust or potentially will have ring rust. But what does that even mean, having a ring rust? In this video. Hello and welcome to Bloodsport MMA.
Salam alaikum to everyone.
The word ring rust has nothing to do with any kind of jewelry or something like that. It has to do with combat sports. Whilst I'm actually not even sure if even other sports use that term by now, but it's definitely a term for combat sports. Coming from boxing and of course also pretty well known in MMA, even though you're not fighting in a ring unless you're fighting at Ryzen or One Championship, you're fighting in a cage. But the term from boxing still came over to MMA, just like the rules and the judging and a lot of things, right? So what does that even mean?
What the f is that?
How can someone have ring rust and what is it? Now, let's say if Conor McGregor now comes back and fights Michael Chandler or something, people will say Conor probably will have ring rust. Because ring rust, it's a pretty simple word. It just means that when you had a long layoff from, in the UFC's perspective of the octagon, I'm talking about MMA, but as I said, obviously it's the same in boxing. If you've been away from the octagon for a long time, whilst there's no official definition how long ago it must have been to develop ring rust, everyone is like, every individual is different with that. Some people come back after 2 years of a layoff and you can barely see any ring rust in them, and some people come back after 1 year and they look like they haven't been in the cage for 5 years, you know what I mean? Everyone is a little bit different with that. And that just means that you're a little bit rusty in the ring or in the octagon. You're a little bit rusty because you haven't been in that environment in quite some time. Now, that obviously doesn't mean that you haven't been training. Your training has nothing to do with ring rust. Yeah, of course, you've been sparring in the training, you've been fighting there and all of that. It has nothing to do with you being rusty from fighting in general. It means you are rusty from fighting at the big stage, in front of the crowd, in front of all the lights and everything. That's what it means, because you can ask every fighter, maybe except Dominic Cruz, because he says it doesn't exist ring rust, but if you fight in the gym, train in the gym, it's not the same as when you fight in the octagon where it's official, where everything counts. Like if you lose the round or lose the fight, you lose it on your record. It's an L on your record, you get half your purse. Whilst in sparring, if you lose a sparring session somehow, nothing happens to you. You just get better from it, you know what I mean? So that's why it's completely different stepping into the octagon than just fighting in the gym. The nerves are completely different. That's why ring rust has nothing to do with physical. Ring rust is mental, it's all in your head. That's why some fighters have it more than others, because they are maybe stronger in their head and can handle it a little bit better. But yeah, as I said, it's never the same fighting under the bright lights and fighting in the gym. And if you haven't done it in a while, you can be a little bit rusty. This normally lasts for like a round or two until you find your groove again. And that just basically means that you can see it when people can't really find their rhythm. They look kind of hesitant to throw. They're just like, they're not free and flowing in there, you know what I mean? You can see that they're a little bit hesitant, a little bit maybe even stiff.
You're stiff as a board.
There can be several different possibilities how ring rust is shown, but it's definitely a fact that it does exist. But as I said, everyone is a little bit different or has it in different ways. Some people don't have it at all maybe, some people have it extremely heavy, and that's just what ring rust is. Having a long time away from the big stage, from the official fighting in the cage, and then coming back. Normally in the first round, maybe even into the second round, you see that they are a little bit rusty. So if you ever heard the term ring rust again during commentary, if you watch UFC Embedded, UFC Counter, whatever, you now know what it means, what they mean when they say it. Write your opinion in the comments, you guys. Do you think ring rust is real? Do you think it's just made up in your mind, doesn't exist? Write down in the comments, you guys. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, I would appreciate that. Check out the Bloodsport merch, my own merch stuff. I have several collections. Link in bio, bloodshop.net. Check it out, you guys. Worldwide free shipping. Would appreciate your support. Stay bloody. Until the next one. Bye-bye. Bloodsport out.